Hey YouTube, Lightning 2288 here with another haul. Sorry it took so long, guys. I had a lot of books coming in the mail, and I think the weather back east affected that. And I was buying books a couple weeks ago, and they just now came in the last couple of days. So let's get on with the haul. The first book I have here is a Spectacular Spider-Man 27, and to me this is a really under the radar book, or undervalued in my opinion, because I'm a big Frank Miller fan. And this is actually his first actual work on Daredevil. So any Frank Miller fans out there, you definitely want to pick this up, especially right now with it. I mean, this is probably a very fine copy, and it only cost me $5. And this is, like I said, the first Frank Miller work on Daredevil. So he just did the art, but still, it's still Frank Miller. He's a legend. And if you get this book, you definitely want to get his Spectacular Spider-Man number 28. This is his second work on Daredevil. And yeah, just definitely go get these two books. They're really cheap, and I mean, it's freaking Frank Miller, so you can't go wrong with that. And I know in the previous videos, and I think even Omega's been mentioning it about Wonder Woman and all that, and I've been getting into showing, I think, the bondage videos and all, I mean bondage covers and all that. But I've been going on sites and looking up most controversial covers, and some Wonder Woman books actually did come up. I mean, yeah, of course they're bondage, but this one in particular came up on a lot of sites. This is Wonder Woman 219, and I guess a lot of people were against this because, I mean, if you look at the content, it looks like there's a lot of like hidden message, like innuendo. I mean, you got 6 dudes standing around her, right? And look how she's standing, and if you look, elongated man of all characters is sitting there. Now he has a video camera. He's videotaping what's going on. But yeah, this book right here was on one of the most controversial covers on one of those sites. So if you guys see it, definitely pick it up, because they say a lot of these Wonder Woman books were destroyed. A lot of feminists were against these books, and they destroyed a lot of them. They were having I was reading sites where they would have book burnings and get rid of a lot of these books. So yeah, definitely that's one of the reasons why these Wonder Woman books are rare. And another reason is the creator, William Marston. I mean, he was kind of a weirdo, but he was into bondage himself, but he wasn't involved in any of these books. But from her golden age to like some of her silver age, the reason he put a lot of bondage, because that's what he was into. He had 2 wives. That one of the wives he made wear a metal collar out in public with 2 bracelets, just like Wonder Woman has. And he was actually really bright as well, though. I mean, he introduced a lot of stuff in his real life into his work. Like he was actually the inventor of the polygraph machine. So that's where he came up with the idea of the lasso of truth. So I mean, just some small little facts. But another reason why these are rare is at the time of his death, the rights to Wonder Woman went to DC, providing that they publish at least 4 issues a year. If they failed to do that, they would have lost the rights to Wonder Woman. So during the 70s, even the late 60s, they were sometimes only producing 4 of these issues a year. I mean, 4 of the issues a year, 8 issues a year, just to keep the rights, because they didn't want to lose the rights. But eventually, later on, they end up getting the full rights to it. But at one time, they were even thinking about canceling her series. But since they don't want to lose her rights, they just went ahead and I think like maybe a 4 or 5 year span, in maybe the late 60s, early 70s, they were only publishing 8 issues a year. So yeah. And the next one is Wonder Woman 202. I really just got this for the cover. I like the cover of it. I mean, it's the first appearance of, I mean, forgive me guys, like I said, I'm bad with the name, so if you guys could read that. And the Gray Mouser, I mean, no big deal, I guess, but still, I'm trying to get all the Wonder Woman books because they are hard to come by. And this one's actually a fine copy, probably even higher. It's a really nice copy. And it's something about the cover I really enjoy. And I know James or Omega showed this in his previous video, and mine just came in super late, but I'm going to show it anyways because I love the damn cover. This is Wonder Woman 199, Tribunal of Fear. And this actually was on the list of most controversial covers. I mean, imagine, you're being a little kid in like a grocery store or something in the 70s and asking your mom to buy you this. I mean, I know it's probably today's standards, it's not that bad, but you have to think, guys, this is damn near, this is a 40-year-old book, and look at the content on it. Yeah. So if you guys, the bondage issues are the rarer ones to get. CGC's recognizing it, and even putting it up there as bondage, and they're rare. So if you guys ever see them in a shop or whatever at a decent price, definitely pick them up, because I know in high grades, these books, and here I'll just show you, I showed you in this previous video, pick up all these bondage issues, because they're rare and people are starting to catch on. And I know in high grades on eBay, their asking prices could be from 50 to even $100. And this bondage issue, well, this one's just out there, and this is probably a very fine minus. This is Wonder Woman, blah 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 blah, 196, and this was actually on that same list of most controversial covers. And if you look, I mean, look at it. She's tied up, her shirt's ripped open, bullseye on her back, and there's a dude with a gun. I mean, imagine, I mean, and I know at the time DC was trying to appeal to the little girls to get into comic books. How are you going to appeal to little girls trying to convince their mom to buy these books? But like I said, guys, pick these up as soon as you can, because, I mean, people are starting to catch on to these books. They're on webs. There's actually a website that just talks about nothing about the bondage covers. And the funny thing is, most of them are just in DC, so I don't know what DC was doing in the 70s, but it was something freaky. And the next one I just picked up, which I'm very disappointed in, this is Wonder Woman 178. This is the revamp of her new look and when she gave up her powers. And when I bought it, or according to the seller, it was a fine plus, and it cost me $20. Now here, I'm going to bring it up to you guys. Now tell me, there is no way in hell that's a fine plus. So I'm contacting the seller now to either get a refund, or, you know, hell, I'll send the book back, and, you know, and I'll go for another one, because there's no way. I mean, this is probably a VG. You know, I mean, there has to be. I mean, I'm sorry, guy, I can't even talk. I'm actually pretty upset about it. But anyways, this issue's the revamp of her new look, and when the issue she gave up her powers. And more with the bondage stuff, I found the site I go on, and I know, guys, it sounds weird. I'm not into this stuff. I just think it's the covers, they're rare, and I do want them in my collection. I don't want to miss the boat on them. So don't think I'm like doing this stuff on my spare time, or, you know, my private life. No, it's not like that. But another character in DC that gets a lot of flack, and the feminists of the late 60s and 70s were against her book as well, was Lois Lane. You know, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. And this is Lois Lane 111. And I mean, it don't seem that bad, but I mean, like I said, you know, something about DC and tying up women. I don't know. It's something about, you know, whatever they were into at that time, I guess. But this is probably a fine copy. I mean, and like I said, these books are actually starting to go up in price, guys. So definitely you want to pick up on these books. And the next one is, and this one's really out there. This is Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 120. And as you can see, they got her strapped to a dartboard with their legs propped open. And like I said, I mean, how do you... I mean, I know these books are mostly supposed to appeal to the little girls, or the girls. How do you appeal to a girl with, I mean, every other issue is a woman getting tied down and tortured or something. But like I said, these books are rare, so definitely if you see them, and it's hard to get these in, you know, higher grades. A lot of them on eBay are usually VGs, maybe fine minuses, and if you get any higher than that, then you're talking maybe $40, $50 a book. But definitely start picking these up. And this next one is a really, really controversial one. This is one that got a lot of flack. Lois Lane, number 122. And yeah, you can see what it is. You got 3 girls on here. You got 1 hog-tied. So yeah, and this is probably a fine minus, but still, definitely, guys, if you see these out there, pick them up. I mean, they're rare. And this last one I got, and I'm sorry, guys, Lois Lane 135. there's like a couple more of them, a couple more issues that I need to pick up, and I basically got them all. And I think there's one issue of Supergirl with a bondage theme to it, and then that's about it. I know Marvel doesn't really have them. I think there's a couple of issues of Conan, and that's it. But DC, they win the bondage theme here. But yeah, this is a Lois Lane 135, and as you can see, strapped up, legs open, strapped up to a car, and Superman saying so long. Yeah, I just don't understand the idea behind all these covers really, but anyways, I mean they're kind of cool though. But I just like them for the fact that they're more like the rare factor here, and like they're controversial. So yeah, definitely pick these up, guys, because they're starting to move up there in price. And I went to my local shop today, and well, actually, at the beginning of the week, I went there, and I never understood. I'm pretty cool with, there's like two owners, and one I'm really cool with, another one, he's kind of a jerk. But I was talking to the one I get along with, and I don't understand how they said they brought in a big old box of Silver Age, and they know I'm into silver and bronze, and said go through it. And I'm like, how do you guys get all this? They said they answered some dude on Craigslist. And guys, I kid you not, there was 300 Silver Age books in there, and I asked them how much did you have to pay for that. They paid the guy $100 for 300 Silver Age books, and it's just unreal to me that someone would. I mean, I was pulling out just and what sucked was the owner that I don't get along with. He didn't even want to price them for me at that time, so I had to go back later to get them from the other guy, the co-owner, and he gave me good deals because we get along. But by the way, this next book I'm going to show was also done by the co-owner. I found this in the dollar box that same day I was going through their Silver Age stuff. This is Swamp Thing 37, first appearance of John Constantine. And I found it in the dollar box at the time, and the owner didn't. Actually, I found it in the dollar box. I found two of them. And I go up to buy them because they're in his dollar bin. They even have a dollar price sticker on them. As soon as I go up there and I lay both of them on the counter, the guy says, I'm not selling these to you for that price. And he just put them away. And I was just so pissed. And right before I started walking out, the other guy told me, he said, you know what, come back in a few days and I'll hook you up. So I actually came back today, and I got this. He was there working by himself, and he had both copies. He gave me this copy, and this is a newsstand variant, and it's probably a very fine. I mean, it's in really good shape, guys. And I've seen these go for anywhere from $50 to $100. And he gave me this one for $15. He has the other one, which is probably about the same grade, but he said he has to sell that one for $50. So you know what? I'm not even complaining. I was super stoked when he said $15. I love the guy, man. He's always hooking me up. And the box I was telling you about, the Silver Age box, he found a book for me that he gave me a hell of a deal on too, and I'm super stoked. Batman 189. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Scarecrow. Check that out. I mean, you see a little corner wear right there, but other than that, it's pretty sharp. I was super stoked, and I mean, this is a fine copy, and fine copies of this are probably going for between $50 and $100, if not more. I mean, the way eBay prices are going, probably even more. But he gave this to me for $13. $13, so I'm definitely not passing up on that one. And these next three or next four books, guys, I got these in the mail. I got them from eBay, and I'm really stoked and excited that I got them finally. Avengers number 9, first appearance of Wonder Man. And this is on the website of top Avenger keys to get right now, and I'm glad I got it. I mean, you can see what it is. I mean, it's not in the greatest shape. I'd probably give it a VG plus even, but still, for the price I paid, I'm definitely not complaining. I mean, it cost me only $40, and that's including shipping. So I'm real happy with that book as well. And here, let me get all these books out of the way real quick. And the other book I got was Tales of Suspense 53, second appearance of Black Widow. and actually the Origin of the Watcher. So 2-in-1 is pretty cool. And I just like these old Tales of Suspense books. And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't go over the condition. The condition honestly is probably VG plus. I mean, you see some discoloring. I mean, you can see what it is, but still, I'm super happy to get it for $20. Hell yeah. You know, I've been wanting that book for a while. It just, you know, sometimes it just takes me longer to get certain books because I'm not willing to pay the price they're asking. You know, I know if I'm patient, eventually I'll get the book I want. And this next book I'm going to show is, I've been trying to get it for probably like a year and a half, and I'm just not willing to pay it. And I noticed lately it's been going down. I mean, it's kind of calmed down a little bit, which I don't understand why really, but let me get it out here. Tales of Suspense 52. First appearance of Black Widow. And I'm just, oh man, I'm just super stoked about it. This is one of the books I've been wanting for a while. And I got it for a decent price actually. I got it for $80. And like I said, with certain major keys, and I do consider this a major key, I'll take the VG, you know, and I might even give it a VG plus, you know, and I'm super stoked to have it. I mean, a year ago, the VG pluses of this book were going, you know, selling at $250, you know, and I got this for $80, so I'm definitely happy with it, which I don't understand because I've noticed even the buy now prices of these books have actually gone down a little bit. And you know, she's in successful Avengers movies, and you know, she's gonna be in the new Captain America movie, so I just don't understand. Well, I'm glad, hell, I don't care, as long as I got the book now. Okay guys, this next book I'm super excited about. Usually I end the video with like a major key, but I got a book for all you guys definitely need to pick up. I found it on a website that talks about, this is probably one of the most under the radar keys, and they consider this should be a mega key. And this is Action Comics 275. 10-cent cover. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. I mean, some of you might even know what it is, but you know, Brainiac on the cover, you know, just an old Superman book or action comic book. No, this is actually the first time Superman uses his X-ray heat ray vision. So that's to me a major key. And the website I go on, you know, they're just a bunch of collectors talking about, they saying this should be a mega key. And I'm telling you right now, guys, definitely, this is sneaky. Definitely pick this one up right now. It's on multiple websites mentioning that this is the first heat vision. And to me, and this is probably, I would give it, hell, I got a good deal on it. It's probably a fine copy. I mean, especially for the, you know, it's from 1961, guys. I mean, the colors are still sharp. I mean, like I said, there's some spine wear, you know, but overall, it's in really good shape. And yeah, they're saying as soon as Overstreet and people are pushing to get this official, once it's official, and I've looked through it, it does, and it's just weird to me because it's 61, and you're talking like 20 plus years Superman did not use his heat vision once until this issue. So that's a major key. It's almost like, you know, that's a part of Superman. That's what makes it. We all know Superman with heat vision, you know. I mean, that's a major, to me, that should be a major grail that this is his first heat vision. So definitely, guys, Action Comics 275. If you see it, pick it up. Even on the site I go on, they say even if you find beat up copies, pick it up anyways, because they're anticipating in the next year or two that this book is going to be a mega key. So, and I got my copy, honestly, a fine copy I got for $30 on eBay. So definitely, guys, if you don't know about it, check it out. Go on eBay, look it up. This is a book you definitely want to go get right now. Action Comics 275. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll probably talk to you next week.